Davis, welcome to the latest episode of Cut to the
Chase!
Episode number 46, and today we're talking hacks. Not really hacks, actually. We are talking what can you do over and above when you list a property. Because, hey, let's face it, everyone does the same. Go on Trade Me, real estate, one roof. If you're good with VPA, you pay to be on page one. Everyone does that or should be doing that, right? There's a couple of things I've been doing recently, though, and I was talking to my team this morning, and I saw you picking your hairs up, and I thought maybe those are things that not everyone does. Was that the case?
Oh, I made the notes, Diego. It was good because it's about everyone having skin in the game. If your vendors have invested in marketing, if you make them part of the process, having skin in the game, you know you got a team that's going to sell versus people that don't have any skin in the game. But your ideas were good. What were they?
There are two ideas I'm going to share with you today because if I share them all, we've got nothing to talk about next week. Idea number one. Community pages. Community pages, and I'm talking about on Facebook. Because, for example, Opsonville has got 5,000 people. Riverhead's got 10,000 people. Epsom and Mount Eden got 7,000 people. You cannot post on those community pages as an agent. They just ban agents to post about the properties. But what you can do, you can create a little template. You'll send it to the vendor as soon as you go live, and you say, hey, I cannot post on these pages, but here's the link to our property. If you're smart, you send a link from your own website so that if people click on it, they get retargeted. But we talked about that in the past. Yes. Regardless of that, you send them the link of the property that we just listed, their property. You send them the links of the community pages relative to where they live, and I've got a list of about 40 of them. I spent a bit of time, so you just copy paste the one that are relative. So if they're in Mount Eden, send them the one that they're from Mount Eden, Epsom, blah blah blah, and then just say, if you wouldn't mind, can you post yourself, because it's going to benefit the property, and guess what, it's going to benefit you as an agent as well, because that's the only way to see your name on those community pages. Now the vendor then appreciates that. It's 5 minutes it takes them, 2 minutes, 1 minute. But really, then you get more exposure. Idea number one. Idea number two, very similar to that, still on social media. Ask them to add you on Facebook and on Instagram while you're at it. Ask them to like your business page. And from that, of course, you would have posted the property on your business page. Then you can tag them on their own page.
Nice.
And ask them to share it with the family and friends and ask it to reshare it. Half the people don't want to do that because they don't want people to know they're selling. Half the people will do that, and guess what? All of a sudden you share within the network of friends.
For finding buyers and also helping with your business, it's great.
It's a win-win. The vendor appreciates because it's good for their listing, for their property sale. It's good for yourself as an agent to get exposure where you otherwise would not. So those are two little hacks that if you create the templates, as soon as you go live on a property, it takes 5 minutes to send them out, if not 2 minutes. And really,
and you've got to have that digital space, right? We keep saying digital dominance. That's where the eyes are. So good idea. Mine around skin in the play with the vendors as well. Get them to set up your open homes for you. Turn the lights on, open the doors. Mr. and Mrs. Seller, so when I turn up, I'm ready to sell. If someone turns up late to the inspection, I'm not worrying about having to close lights and shut down doors. I get to sell the property, I get to leave the home and pass the property back to you. Get them involved in the process. Then after 3-4 weeks, they don't want to do it anymore.
Absolutely. And as well, it just means that you can run to the next open homes. But like you said, if somebody's that late, you're not turning off the lights and all of that.
And you're upsetting the buyer going, oh, you haven't got time for me. Typical agent, right? No, I turn up, sell, I leave, hand the property back. And then you have the added benefit of having a one-on-one meeting with your vendor.
And look, at the end of the day, as you said, the vendor doesn't want to do that every weekend. They'll get tired faster. So it's all part of it. Working as a team.
Yep.
Hey, thanks for watching. We'll see you next week
on Cut to the Chase.